It's Julia, Hummingbird Jewel, and this is my 16th show, SOUL-utions, a book review show for mind readers. And today I have the charismatic Susan Axelrod, and we're featuring her book, Meditations to Ease, Calm, and Inspire, a collection to activate your mind and your soul. But before we get started, on every show we feature a cause. And the reason for this is because my mission statement is to teach love by being an example of love. And what better way than to showcase authors who have soulful messages, find out what's behind the cover and what's important to them. And Susan chose her cause, and she did it to honor her mother, Terry Lowenthal, and it's the League of Women Voters. Now, the League of Women Voters, they started in 1929, and they encourage active participation. They work to increase major policy and influence public policy through education and advocacy. Now, the League of Women Voters is officially nonpartisan. It's neither supports nor opposes candidates or parties. Yep. So like in every show, I always put the cause, the link to their website and their Facebook will be in the YouTube notes. I'll convert the Facebook Live into a YouTube right away. And my channel is Hummingbird Jewel. This might be one show that you're going to want to rewatch, and we'll find out why later. Well, let's meet Susan. So for 35 years, Susan has worked with individuals who care about the world, and she spent decades helping nonprofit organizations raise money to support people in need. But Susan had a calling, and so her intuitive awareness, and she became also a competence coach with an emphasis on helping people see the goodness in themselves, to find personal purpose and cultivate a meaningful legacy. And that word's very important to Susan because her website is whatwillbeyourlegacy.com. So her persona is one of a champion of the people, utilizing her feminine, divine alchemy to transform your life and teach you how to calmly live in purpose. So her current message to women in midlife is to break through your blocks and your own resistance and rediscover your voice. Her message, discovering you again, is a focus on a healing way of life. So, aside from authoring all her books and many publications, her additional talents include she's a motivational speaker, she's a podcast host on Transformation Talk Radio, she does daily Facebook Live, those are really good, and she's on YouTube. She also has online courses, and her books are there, and meditations. So she's a graduate of Mount Holyoke College and has certifications in fundraising from George Washington University. She's also a certified fundraising executive and certified coach practitioner. So Susan's guided meditation started because she had to quiet her mind. And then her intuition transformed, supersizing, and she got this clarity intensified through her personal understanding of who she really was at her core. And she began to receive divine incoming meditations. So the first channeled meditation she thought was just for one person. But what followed was a progression of these meditations. They just started flowing in full form. You didn't even have to make a change to it. But before we speak to the featured book and these beautiful meditations, I just want to say hello, Susan. What's going on with you right now? What do you got going on?
Oh, hello, Julia, and hello, friends. Julia, before I start talking about me, I want to thank you.
Oh,
So, this world of online engagement still astounds me, but it is fun, exciting, and totally impassions me. You reached out, you found me through divine guidance, and then we connected on Facebook. You offered to have me on your show. I said yes, because I show up to life when I am given the opportunity. But Julia, what I want to say is my experience with you has been nothing short of extraordinary. And I really do mean these words. I engage with a lot of people online. I've been interviewed by a lot of podcasts, hosts and whatever, but you really step up. You are the real deal. You read my book. I could hear it in what you just wrote about me. You obviously researched me, etc. And so I really want to say thank you for this opportunity, and thank you so much for your dedication to me as a host.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. What is going on with me today? I don't know where to begin.
You were talking about a journal that you have that you're offering or something?
Yes. So
how do you talk about that?
Yes. So the latest thing that I am working on continues to be something to help me get into a more centered and grounded space. So all of my work, my books, my articles, my writing, my teaching, my speaking, my online course actually stemmed from my own organic experience. And that is where the intuition comes from. So the latest thing that I have created are journaling pages. Again, these came out of me one day. I sat down with Canva. If you're not familiar with it, it's a very easy design application to use. But the nature of the brief pieces on the journaling page, the pictures and the words all put together, are something that are going to help you find your own centered and grounded space. So they're on my website, on my Confident Marketplace. You can find them at my website, What Will Your Legacy Be? The other thing that I'm working on today with such glee, honestly, Julia, with such joy and true devotion. Last night, I had the last session of my online course for this year called Discovering You Again.
Yeah.
This is a course for women in midlife who are asking themselves, what now? What about me? What now? What happens for the next few decades of my life in my second half? And people last night were sharing all kinds of gratitude for being involved in this course, just for having the opportunity to have some guidance, some coaching and discussion that we have been doing month after month all year long. And so my next course will be launching. I'll talk about it later in January. But I just want to say, if you are listening to this, I want to encourage you to take your personal responsibility for your life. This is your life. It's your opportunity.
I remember when I turned 50 and I got a divorce, and I was like, what am I going to do? And am I going to just let my body go? And you just have that feeling, that you're in midlife. And now I'm 61, and it's like, oh heck no! I mean, I got started at 50, and now my 60s are even more amazing. We have amazing lives as women, and we don't have to let ourselves go. We can wear lipstick if we want, or we can be natural mamas, whatever you want to do. It's like you said, finding your own voice, right? So
exactly. I'm going to reveal here, like I always do, everything about me is real, authentic, and serious as it can be. And that is, I went into therapy. Yes, I went into therapy when I was 47 years old because I was so worried about turning 53 years later. I swear that is a true story. Now, I did land with this wonderful, amazing therapist. She's been a remarkable, addition in my life. But that's the place that I was at that time. That was 10 years ago. So now at age 57, I feel like you do, Julia. I have found my voice, and I absolutely have committed to my own best life and my second half. So today at 57, I am not only not worried about turning 60, I really do take joy in it.
Yeah, you'll look forward to it. It's even better.
Yeah.
Telling you, it's better. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about, like, I know that you said something like you had a really busy mind, you couldn't stop your mind, and that's kind of what led you into meditation. But you weren't like a long-term meditation practitioner, right?
No, nothing like that. In fact, I mocked meditation. I mocked breathing. I mocked all of the what they call alternative kind of work and new age healing. I mean, in my experience, I was a type A concrete perfectionist, just really living with this chaotic mind that was just intent on getting every single thing right. What was it that I had to get right? It was what I thought was the expectation that was being imposed on me from other sources. My mother, my husband, my work, society, everything was just coming together, creating this cluttered chaos in my mind. And all of that energy, now I have the words, all of that energy swirled and swirled and swirled and came together and created anxiety and then also depression. And so I really did suffer from that for many years. I did end up going on medication. I did have a little bit of a breakdown, and that was part of my journey. And in those days of the worst for me, the breakdown, being home in bed for 10 days, I had no peripheral vision. I was in a complete depressive state. In that time, to try to get out, to claw out of that, I started creating tools that I used for myself to feel better. And one of the tools that came to me, that found me, was breathing. Even though I felt like an idiot because I still mocked it in my head, the tool of breathing served me. And I would just lie in bed gasping for air and taking these deep breaths so that I could really get the oxygen flowing in my blood and in my energy systems. From there, I began to work in that time. It was a psychiatrist, actually, to really just quiet my mind. My mind was in such a chaotic state that, as I said, it led to anxiety. So I was working to try to quiet my mind, and it was hard. And so when I now talk about breakthrough, I say I help you break through it to get to it. I really did that work. Yeah. So I found that it was in those elusive moments of quiet that I began to really be able to catch my breath. Eventually, I was able to sit in the quiet for longer periods of time. But even then, I was like very still and clenched and just trying to grasp for the quiet. The evolution of my journey led to listening. Once I was able to get quiet, then I started listening for what was there. Now, in the beginning, I was saying, this is so stupid. What am I listening for? I don't believe in God. I don't know what I'm hearing. What is that still small voice? But as I worked and really committed from a place of deepest yearning to really want to feel better, I did open up through my breathing, my posture and stretching, and I listened. And then I sat in a listening state for a long period of time. It was only in more recent years that I really started thinking about trying to meditate and figuring that out. My friend Debbie helped me one time. I remember still, we were sitting on the floor in her living room and she was talking me through a guided meditation, and I was just trying my hardest. From that time to this, a few years ago, one day I don't really know what happened. I can't, of course, as you know, when the divine is involved, you really don't know what's happening. But the first meditation came to me, and you said it earlier, and that is the truth. I thought of writing my own meditation. And when I opened by freehand and I was writing, the whole thing came out in full.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what was going on, and I thought that was strange and this and that. But slowly, as I continued the work of breathing and opening, more and more of these meditations came out. The reason I feel they are divinely inspired in some fashion is that what you said, they came out in full. And let me tell you, Julia, one of them actually came out of me when I was driving a car on the way to a meeting, a business meeting, and I felt it coming on. And I don't remember, I have a recollection it was in relation to someone I was trying to help with something. I pulled my car over to the side of the road. I voice dictated it into my, this is how I do it sometimes. I voice dictated it and it came out in full. When I got home later in the day, I transcribed it and virtually no changes were made. And so that's how I came to.
I know. That's why it's so important to get this book out. And when you said, I haven't really promoted my meditation book. And then when I read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, people need to know about this. And you also have them on your website. She's recorded them. So if you don't, because I was reading them. And then she also suggests that you get your own recorder on your phone. Every phone has a recorder, and read it. And then you can listen to your own voice. And it's really kind of cool to do that. So that's another way you can, listen to the meditations. But there's all different kinds of them. Like some of them will speak to you and some of them won't. And then I bet you anything, if you pick that book up in 6 more months, a different one will speak to you, right?
Exactly. This is what has happened. This is actually my second book. My first book is called Your Job is to Be. It is also an anthology of divinely inspired articles that I have written. And I hear the same thing about both books, and that is different things speak to me at different times. I have people tell me that they keep it by their bedside, they keep it in the car pocket, in their door, they keep it accessible and available to them. We had discussed doing one meditation, but I would like to ask you if it's okay. I would like to do 2 meditations today, if that's okay.
This is your show. I would love that.
Okay, so
I so need it today. I just looking forward to this. I was like, I really need it today. It's such a busy time of the year. It's the end of the year. There's family things going on, and I'm sure you're either lonely or you're, anticipating. I mean, there's so much goes on, and it's the end of a decade.
Yes. So Julia, I need to leave the timekeeper to you. Okay. I'm not aware of the time, but I'm going to take your lead on timekeeping.
Okay.
Right now, this is one of the things that happens to me, Julia. I don't know why this happens or how this happens, but this is what happens. Right now, while we've been talking, I feel emotional right now. And I feel like I am being called to read a meditation that I wrote that is called In Healing for All Who Have Said Me Too.
Okay.
And so later I am going to do another meditation to help us try to get to that little bit more calmer space from the chaos of the busy time that Julia is discussing. But I'm wondering, Julia, if I am intended to read this for someone who is either listening now or will listen at some time in the future.
That's what I just heard. There's somebody out there that needs this. So it might be you, or like you said, it could be even on a replay on YouTube. So
exactly. Okay, so I want to invite everyone to sit your body up and stretch your body, the top of your body up. If you want to take a full body stretch, you may, but otherwise just sit your body up and open your countenance. Bring your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in and blow it out and bring your shoulders down. Just open your body, open the upper part of your body so that you're out of that hunched position and your shoulders are open and back and down. And I will begin. I want to heal, but I don't know how. Will I ever be normal again? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Should I name his name? How will that serve? Was it my fault? Did I provoke as he said I did with my clothes, my beautiful hair, my growing breasts? Oh God, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Dear God and the universal source of all that is, please help me. I don't know what to do. My child, take a breath now. Deep breath in and long breath out. And again, deep breath in and long breath out. You are here now in this moment, not that moment. You are safe. Say the words to yourself, I am okay. I am safe here and now. In this moment, I am safe. Turning towards the chill, the fear, the evil that may haunt you. But can it help you? Only you know the answer. It is not necessary to look it in the face and relive the pain, the agony. It is only necessary to go in, go deep, find the child who is suffering, see her. Put your warm, loving, compassionate arms around the child. Just be quiet together until she stops shaking. This may take many tries, or it may take only once. Can you feel the safe warmth? Can you feel the intensity of love encircling you? The souls will meld in safety, in warmth, in love. Breathe now. Go deeper. Go to the before time. Before, when you were free. Before, when you were whole. Before, when you were happy, innocent. Can you see her? Can you feel her spirit? Take the arms of the hurting one and put them around the happy one. Breathe. Can you feel the happy one encircling you with her arms of joy, of innocence, of love? Can the happy one, the one who is free from pain, can she heal the other from the pain? You are she. You are the pain. You are the joy. You are the wise. You are the now. It is all you. Breathe now. Go deeper. Do a body scan. Start with the ground beneath your feet, the profound spirit of Mother Earth supporting you. Go up. Feel your feet. Feel your strong legs supporting you. Feel your hips, your womanhood. It is beautiful and safe. Feel your core strong, straight. Feel your heart. Square your shoulders. Loosen your neck. Stand tall. Feel proud. Now allow the energy, the ball of fire that has been building to shoot up through your crown, up and out towards the sky, out into the new world that is now yours. The world is yours. It is not his. Breathe again now. Come back. Feel your feet grounded on the earth below. Open your eyes. Look out a window. See the earth still turns. You are free. Breathe again. Turn your lips up in a knowing smile. Control is yours. Let fear and hatred go.
Wow. So I am a molestation survivor, so this might have been for me. Thank you very much. And you know, the thing about it is that as children, and we're so innocent, we think it's our fault. And so we hold this guilt for many, many years. Like for some reason, I thought my little 7-year-old, it was my fault because you're keeping secrets. And I don't know how you twist that around. And so you can recover because, you know, I had to do a total investigation and see how little I was. I had to look at a picture of myself and I was like, wait a minute, I was so.
Right.
And then you can polarize the experience by what is the good I can get out of this? Well, I can help others. I can help other people because I know what it feels like. You know what I mean? But
yes.
What a beautiful clearing.
So Julia, again, I want to let people know I did not know this about Julia.
No, you didn't.
I did not know that.
I've never told anybody yet. And I'm fine just to do that. And when the whole Me Too movement came in, I kind of stayed quiet with it because there was just so much flurry about it and it was political and I didn't want to go there. but there's so many of us, and it takes us a long time to do the clearing. And how nice to have a meditation with it too. I've never known one like that.
Did you hear my words? Did you understand what was happening when I spoke to the girl child, the one in difficulty, and invited the adult woman to wrap her arms around you, so that the pain and the joy becomes fused, so that the joy can overtake the pain?
Yeah, and the littler one before, I almost went all the way back to a past life, and then it stopped. And then it was like I was 3, and that was cute too. The little 3-year-old, all full of joy and innocent, embracing the other one. And then at the end, I actually released it through my crown chakra. It went right to the cow, and my legs were rising. Like when I meditate and I go deep, my legs will lift. Sometimes I'll go straight out. It's kind of weird. But my feet were off the ground, and then when you said the ground, the whole thing was really cool.
Wow. This is extraordinary, because like I said, I did not know that. And also I realized that I forgot to introduce it. So I forgot to read. I have each meditation has a little 1 or 2 line introduction of what it is. And I forgot to introduce it, but I realize now that was also divine, so that you could be in just the full experience of the meditation. So,
but I do believe it was for somebody else besides me. I mean, I immediately went, oh my gosh, this is great.
Right.
And I think there was somebody else out there too.
I do too. I don't have
hundreds.
I know. I don't have the energy that it was you. I had the energy that was a little further out. And for some reason, I was literally just being called to read that meditation. So anyway, so let's just take a breath and shake that one off. I mean, that's a big one. Take a sip if you have. And okay, good. So I really just want to thank you so much. I really have to say, this meditations book, it did come out of me as we're describing. They came out of me. The book all came together very quickly, but I never did launch the book. It sort of has been sitting. So this extraordinary experience that we've just had really is the launch of my meditations book. Thank you.
Wow, I'm so blessed by that. Well, it needs to be out there. It's a perfect gift, and to yourself even.
Yes.
It's a gift to yourself. So do we get to do one more?
We do get to do one more. So this meditation was one of the ones that came to me at a time, not in the beginning, but later on, when even in my evolved, enlightened self, this is my work every day in my coaching. I'm an intuitive confidence coach, and this is the nature of the work that I do with people, helping them become more confident in their lives and overcome obstacles, have breakthroughs to barriers and resistance. And so even for me, sometimes I forget the inner quiet. So this meditation is called On Clearing. Yes. If you struggle to find that space to clear your mind and get quiet inside, this meditation will serve you. Getting clear and quiet will reveal the hidden blessings in your life. So again, I want to invite you to sit your body up. Do you see, even in just those few minutes that we were talking, how your body came down, your inner body here started to hunch together and close up? That creates constriction and restriction, and the stretching and the breath opens you up, and that's where you find the clarity that you seek. So let's stretch up, open your shoulders back and down, and take a deep breath in. And blow it out and bring your shoulders down. And we'll begin. It's okay to ask why. Why is it important to clear my mind? What does that do for me? How does it serve me? Why is it important to clear my mind? Let us explore this. Let's see if we can discover the answer. But before we do, let's take a breath. Deep breath in and long breath out. And another. Deep breath in and long breath out. Why is it important to clear my mind? Take a moment now to consider what is on your mind. What is it that you are thinking about this moment? What are you thinking about from an hour ago, from your day, from your night, from the week that you have had, from the year that you have had? What is it that is on your mind? When you take time to consider and reflect, when you take time to go in and navigate through and around the masses of thoughts that reside in your mind, you will become aware of how much is there. For some, it is more obvious, always filled, always pressing, creating tension, stress, overwhelm, and then anxiety. Thoughts constantly running through your mind, racing to beat out each other to take the place of central focus. But alas, there is no winner in that race because of the number of entrants. How many? Too many to even number, crowded, bumping into each other, knocking each other out of the way to try to get ahead. So many thoughts. How many? Too many to count. Is this true for you? Can you feel the breathlessness of the race, each runner straining to get ahead, each thought straining to get noticed? Or is your mind dark, devoid, murky in the swamp of mire that drains your energy and forward motion? In this place, you may not be able to come up with thoughts, but they are there, hidden underneath the weeds that have grown so thick that the thoughts get entwined in a way that is dank, not clear. What does a clear mind feel like? It feels comfortable and calm, light and airy. It feels overtly upbeat and steadfastly settled. The heart quiets down, the soul relaxed. Why is it important to clear your mind? To give your body a break, to support your soul, to create the type of vibration that supports you and the world. Permit your mind to support yourself, to reduce angst, and you will be able to lift up yourself and from there uplift others. And from the uplifting, it is so that you can clearly realize your gifts, your impact, the impact that is intended for you to make. It is so that you can clearly see the way, the path for you to walk, to feel alive, to awaken the deadened senses that are stymied from the entanglement of thoughts and feelings that have grown over and through the beauty of the garden in you. Why is it important that you clear your mind? When you sit for a moment in clarity, the weeds fall away. There is a clearing for you to discover yourself again. There is a place for your soul to dwell. Do you have to? Do you have to clear your mind? No, you don't. You are fine just as you are. However, if you have the desire to give your mind, body, and soul a break, to explore the beauty in you, to know your gifts, to know your purpose, then try using your breath. Try simply to be. Allow yourself to clear, and clear some more until you feel that settled feeling. The racing thoughts slow. They slow some more. They are walking now comfortably, calmly, slowing further still. You can feel your heart slowing as each one of the thoughts slows further still. And now, one by one, they drop away, drop away, drop away. One by one, they settle down. They sit and stay, perfectly calm, no longer vibrating, just fading, fading, fading. And now you can begin to feel what clear feels like. You can begin to feel that lighter, airier feeling, clarity, knowing that you are okay, that your mind is just clearing, clearing, clearing. Your body already feeling more buoyant, light as a feather. This is what it feels like to have your mind clear. This is why it is important to clear your mind. Clarity for you to be able to think in the positive way you want, to feel good, to feel okay, to feel that all is well and that now you can be who you want to be and live how you want to live in your control, in your control, in your control. take a breath now in and blow it out. And another deep breath in and long breath out. Why is it important to clear your mind? Your clear mind serves you to be who you want to be and to live the life you want. The power is in you.
Okay, now I have to speak.
Speak.
That was hard. You have to speak after that. So,
Yes.
I love the word clarity. All of a sudden, clarity, clarity, clarity. That's great. And the first part of it, I'm so visual. I kept seeing calendars, flipping through all these calendars, month after month after month, year after year after year. I feel like I'm clearing out the decade.
Yes, we are. We know we're coming to the end of a decade. The portal is closing and we're coming into a new decade, and an entirely new portal is opening for you. For you, if you're listening, you have an opportunity ahead of you, the likes of which you previously could not possibly imagine. And so I really want to offer you a blessing for you to find your own space of being clear-headed, find your clarity, and go forth in strength and find the divine message within and speak.
And we can have breakdowns to breakthroughs. Yes. You know, some of our deepest angst will turn into our most beautiful blessings, and we can't see it at the time, but I promise you, you can polarize it and then teach others and help others. So we can help you get through those times.
Exactly. That is what both of my books are intended to do. They both have journaling pages built in. At the end of each little tiny chapter, there's a journaling page for you to write. So when you experienced that just now, Julia, when you get through a meditation, I do like to suggest and encourage, and we have to speak because we're doing a broadcast now. Right, exactly. But the meditation book has a journaling page. So at the end, it says reflections. And so built right in.
Because when we meditate, we're connecting to the superconscious mind. Our conscious mind kind of gets a little bored, the busy one, and it'll kind of like, okay, what is she doing? You know. And then we can connect to our higher self and our superconscious mind, and we can receive messages. If you practice, that kind of takes practice sometimes. Oh my gosh, I could talk to you forever, but I got to close the show.
Yes.
This is the last show for the year. I'm taking a couple weeks off because the next 2 Tuesdays are falling on holidays. So what a beautiful way to end the year. Thank you for blessing me with the show. And thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next year.
Thank you so much, Julia. Deep appreciation.
All right, sweetheart. Bye.
Bye-bye.